What's up everybody? What's going on? Bosskayz FX family, I hope you guys are all doing good and welcome back to our YouTube channel guys. And in today's video we're going to share with you our weekly analysis of what we'll be looking for in the market this week. As well, we're going to share something with you when you should buy or sell in the market. So if you are also new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe bell and turn on the notification icon so that you will not miss out any new concept from this channel. So guys, as you can see on our chart, we have a Nasdaq chart and this is our weekly time frame, right? So the first thing which you are going to do whenever you're doing your weekly analysis, right, is to read the market structure, right? But it's not to always read the currently market structure. It's also to read the previous market structure which you have to your left side. So as you can see, we did have this swing high and this swing low right there, and it did manage to hold the orders even though the price came back and took it out, right? So we have another currently previous swing high and this was our swing low right there, meaning we do have a demand zone area. So you have to highlight that demand, something like this, right, as you can see, and drag it to your right side. As you can see, the next thing is now to go to your right side, as you can see. So in our right side now we have our swing low, we also have our swing high, something like this, meaning now we do have a break of a break of structure, or you can call it a sell side liquidity, but we're gonna use a break of break of structure so that you will not be confused that much. So as we do have our break of structure right there, we now have to go and look for that opposite candlestick was on a bearish momentum, right? So this was our last bullish opposite candlestick in this bearish momentum, because the market gave us a break of structure and this was the last opposite candlestick which was being given. Why we didn't highlight this one is because this one was created after the break of break of structure. So this one will now become a liquidity zone, or what we call a inducement, right? It will now become a liquidity zone, or what we call a inducement right there, right? So the next thing is to understand that you now have your drop, base, drop, right? And you have another base and then another drop. Now the price have given us a rejection. So the next thing which I would like to see price coming back to this supply, and then we can have a continuation pattern, right, going to the downside, right, something like that. Why I didn't highlight this one as my supply, because even though if we go back to our daily time frame, we can see that okay, the price give us a breakout structure right there, as you can see. So the next thing, let me go back in weekly and let me show you something which you have to understand, right? So as you can see on our left side right here, we have this last high and this last low on our right side here, meaning we did have a fair value gap, and then the price did respect that fair value gap and push the market to go to the downside, meaning now this will now become our unmitigated supply level, something like this. So this zone will now become an inducement zone, right? So you have to highlight this supply, and then if you go to your daily time frame now, so in daily time frame is to go and highlight that last swing high and swing low. So as you can see, we did have a breakout structure or a sell side liquidity gap right there. So we're gonna call it a break of breakout structure, something like this. Let me just put it at the bottom, as you can see now. So we do have a breakout structure right there, but we also have this breaker block level, right? As you can see, it's inside the break of breakout structure. So the price may also come back and respect this breaker block and then push the market to go to the downside. So the next thing which I'm expecting now, I'm expecting the price to push the market to go to the upside and then give us a pullback, and then they can go into the to the supply, and then they will give us a push to the downside. So sometimes the price can also break it, something like this, and then come back and respect that breaker block, and then shift the market to go to the upside, and then you can see market going to the downside, something like that. So now we have this structure which we are looking at in our daily time frame. If we go back in our H4 time frame, right, you can see that okay, the price did come back to the to the last demand which we have located in our weekly time frame, and we did have a break of structure right there. As you can see, guys, this was our break of structure, something like this. Let me just put it at the bottom, right, something like this. This was our break of structure, and then this was our last high, right, and this momentum right there will now have a change of change of character, something like this. Now you can now start to look for for a order block or a demand zone area. So this can be your order block because you will not have that much to risk, but it's an order block, right? But you will not have that much to risk here. You can't risk over, like, let's see, how many points is it? This is like 300 points, near 400 points for 400 points. So it's 1-to-1, but it's a long risk, right? So we have to refine. So the next thing is to go in in 15 minutes time frame. So this is our our order block in H4. We'll delete it now. So we can see, okay, we did have this rally base rally, meaning this is our order block right there. As you can see, this is our order block. The price didn't only not come with, or they did miss it with few pips right there, as you can see. But what you have to understand, right, this is how you locate a fair value gap. This is the last high, right, and this is the last low right there on your on your right side. So on your left side you have this this high, and on your right side you have this last low. So this is a fair value gap or a imbalance level which was being filled right there. But if you locate a fair value gap, you don't go immediately. You have to wait for the price to give you a nice confirmation, because if you're going to enter when price go into a fair value gap, the next thing you're going to put your SL below this zone, right, but you're going to be taken out. And then if you enter again using this low, you're going to be taken out. If you enter again this low, you are not going to be taken out, but you will lose a lot, right? So the first thing which you have to understand, whenever price goes into your to your fair value gap, you want to have a confirmation. So what you can do, right, you can now wait for the price to give you a change of character. So in this case, for me I was going to miss this trade, because why? We do have a nice breakout structure, right? This was a nice breakout structure right there. So the next thing I was waiting for, the price to give me a change of a change of character right there. But we also did have a nice nice retest on a fair value gap again. As you can see, this was the last high, this was the last low right there, as you can see, right, before this candlestick right there, which just came back to fill the imbalance. So this was the last high, this was the last low right there. So your entry was going to be at this momentum right there for continuation pattern, and then your SL will be at this point. So you see now, if you refine, you're going to use less, right, less, and then your reward will be this much big, as you can see. So that's why I say, if you find your order block or your fair value gap, you have to refine it. So sometimes the price will not come back to the demand levels. They will come back to the breaker blocks, right, and then they will shift the market going to the upside. As you can see, this was a clean move right there, and you're going to risk only 40 points for over like 430 points reward, right? Is a nice ratio reward. So the next thing which I'm gonna expect tomorrow, guys, I want to see price going to break this high, right? If they break this high, I'd like to see a retracement, and then I'll go in. I would like to see a retracement. As you can see now, we have this demand right at this momentum. This is our new demand, right? So the next thing which I'm expecting, if price move the market to the upside, something like this, then give me a rejection, I'll enter at this breaker block and then shift the market going to the upside. So your focus is to wait for the price to come back to those breaker blocks until you reach your supply, which you're expecting price to push the market to go away to the downside, as you can see. So this high will now be taken out. So let's go to another pay and give you our analysis, right? So let's go to euro. So this is euro USD, guys, right? This is euro USD. So the first thing which you have to do is to go back to your weekly, or you can use your daily time frame, something like this. So as you can see on euro, guys, we did have a nice market structure breaker right there. This was a nice market structure breaker, as you can see, nice market structure breaker, right? Or you can call it a sell side liquidity gap, right? As you can see now. So the price came back to the what, to the supply zone area right there, and you can see that we did have a nice rally, and then the price give us a drop and then give us another drop, meaning this was our base area. So it managed to hold the orders. Now the price shifted market going to the downside. Now the price have respected the fair value gap, but this one, it did respect, they nearly respected the order block, because the order block will be at this momentum right there. So they missed it with few pips, but we can say that they did respected the fair value gap, because this was the last high and this was the last low, something like this. So they just induced it a little bit, but it was still a imbalance or a fair value gap. So now the next thing is to highlight this zone, right? Something like this. You can see that the price did give us a demand zone area right there. So as you can see, if you now come back to your H4 time frame, you can see that okay, we did have a fair value gap. Why? Because this was our last high, and this was our last low, something like this, meaning this was a fair value gap. So the price just came back and respected that fair value gap, and now they are going up. So for me, guys, what I'm expecting for now, I'm expecting to see if price will come and take out this high right there, as they are going up, right? So I'll go up with them if they are going up. So as you can see, we did have a nice fair value gap, meaning we did have a break of structure, change of character, and then this was our fair value gap, because our demand or order block was at this momentum right there, as you can see. So now we did have a nice change of character, meaning they respected the fair value gap, right? So I'll highlight this zone as my break of structure or a sell side liquidity gap, something like that. Let me put it at the bottom, and then this is my change of character, right? Something like this, right? And you can see price respected a breaker block, and this one was a nice one, guys, I will not lie. And I took my trade. I'll show you in 15 minutes time frame. So this was my fair value gap right there, my breaker block, level, something like this. As you can see, it was a bearish engulfing candlestick, so I'll use it as my breaker block level. So as you can see, price came back and respected that zone. And then if we go back in our 15 minutes time frame, because me, I normally use 15 minutes time frame, right? So you can see that okay, in our 15 minutes time frame, we did have this last low right there, right? And this was our last high, something like this. It's easy to highlight the fair value gap, guys. As you can see, this was my fair value gap, something like this. and this was my order block or a demand level right there, right? So when I see, okay, price came back, give us a change of character right there, because this was a breakout structure, change of character, they didn't take out, right? So I was thinking that the price will continue going down, but no, I waited, and then today, right, when price opened, I saw that, okay, we did have a demand. This was our demand level right there, and it was being mitigated. The next thing, this was our what? Breakout structure, change of character, and then this was our next demand level, which you expect the price to come and pick the orders, right? So I took my entry right there, something like this, my SL at this below, I put 15 pips, then this will be my target. Now as you can see, price is nearly going to my take profit, which is over like 75 pips, right? Smart trade right there. So the next thing which I will be expecting, I'm expecting to see if price will continue going up, but this will be a safest to take profit to take, right? Because remember, we did have a drop, best drop, meaning this was our supply zone area. So it's a point of interest to see if price will hold or they will take it out going to the what? To the upside. Because if price comes to the low and then they will fail to take out the low, something like this, as you can see, meaning this is now a strong low, right? And this is a new strong what? A new strong low. So this high will now become a weak high, so the price will may come and take it out and continue going to the upside, something like that, right? But that you need DXY to see if it will do the same. So that I'll be looking for on Euro USD. So guys, on GBPUSD, I'll be looking for something as we saw on what? Euro USD, right? So this is my GBP right there. As you can see, we did have a breakout structure, nice price coming back to the what? To the breaker block. So this was our what? Our breakout structure, or we can call it a sell side liquidity grab, right? So as you can see, breakout structure right there, and then this was our last high, last low, and then we did have a breaker block right there, breaker block level, and it was being respected, as you can see. So now the price came back and respected the what? The imbalance level right there. So the next thing is to understand your last high and your last low, so that you will be able to highlight your what? Your imbalance. So in this one, you can see that we have this last high, and then this was our last low. So you are going to focus on those weeks. So as you can see, this will now become your fair value gap. So the price rejected, okay, cool. Now the next thing is to go to your 15 minutes time frame. So in 15 minutes time frame, just have to understand what? Your structure. So as you can see, okay, the price created a imbalance level while it was going to the upside, meaning we did have this demand zone area right here. As you can see right here, price before it took it out, they created a what? A rally, base rally, meaning this was a nice what? Nice demand zone area at this momentum right there. So the price did come back, okay, they did come back to the fair value gap, and then they did respect. As you can see, we did have a nice breakout structure, change of character right there, as you can see. So let me just highlight it so that you can see now clearly, right? So this was a breakout structure, right? Breakout structure, as you can see, change of character right in that fair value gap. That's what you will look for before you enter in the market. The next thing is to highlight your demand. So your demand was this one. They just missed that zone with few pips, but usually they respect those fair value gaps. So you can see that the price came back to a fair value gap, shifted the market going to the upside. As you can see, the price is going to the upside, right? And if you use that fair value gap, you're going to use this low, but it was like 40 pips, right? 40 pips right there, and then the price will go to the upside. And if you miss this trade right there, you use the fair value gap, which you'll find here, because this was our supply level right there and the price took it out, right, as you can see. So this was a flippy supply to be a demand right there, and the price did come back, and you can see that we did have a breakout structure, change of character now, and this was a nice trade to take from this zone today, right? We're going to use this low right there as a flippy supply to be a demand. So this will be your target right there, something like that. So we missed this one. I didn't take it, I missed it, right? I was focusing on euro today, guys, and yeah, this is what is currently happening. So what I'll be looking for, I want to see if price will come and take out this low. But as I said, guys, whenever price comes back to the low, right, and fails to break that low, this will now become a strong low, and this will now become a weak high. So it's possible that the price will come and then take out this on something like this. So we may continue looking for those breaker blocks, levels, and then we'll continue entering. So what I'll be looking for this week, I'm looking for a bullish momentum for now on all the pairs which I have currently shared with you, and I hope this video will help you, and I hope you have a blessed week. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.